Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Justin and you're on Fast Entrepreneur. All right, so if you're new to the channel, nothing that I say is financial advice. Always do your own research. We're here to talk about potential ways to make money. That's part of this new series. We got some good ones, some fun ones, and sometimes I just share my experience if I've had experience with it, or if I haven't, share it with you, and hopefully in the comments we'll get some discussion going. All right, so I want to talk about buying and selling. It's the oldest deal in the book, right? Oldest deal in the book. You buy low and you sell high. And hopefully the time it takes you to do that transaction makes it all your worthwhile. So, let's talk about thrift stores or thrift shopping or garage selling or yard sales, whatever you want, right? Buying used goods. There is a big market out there for used goods. And you know, I actually don't mind going for garage sales. Why? Because when the weather's nice, you know, it's a couple of months, you know, it's usually, you know, on the weekends, you get out for a few hours, you drive around, but sometimes when people are just looking to get rid of their stuff, they sell it dirt cheap. And so the goal is to find the higher ticket items, right? To find that sweet spot where there's high margin, right? You don't want to be buying something for $10 and selling it for 20. You know, it seems like it's small chump change, and you know, you still gotta do a little bit of work to make that sale, unless maybe you have a store or something where you can just, you know, plop it on a shelf and whatnot, like they do in Storage Wars. Yeah, garage sales are great. Now, what I've noticed is, you know, items that so you want high ticket items, but you also want like you know, like items that you don't have to worry about cleaning, or items that you don't have to worry about, do they work, or you know, are they broken, or items that you don't have to worry about, you know, answering all these questions. No, you want simple, you know, it is what it is, you know, everybody knows what it is, and, you know, take it or leave it, it is what it is, right? So, you know, a lot of times, you know, like I'm talking about, like, you know, inanimate, you know, well, I guess they're all inanimate objects, but, you know, nothing that, you know, takes a lot of work. It's, you know, throw it in the, you know, throw it in the car, throw it in the van, throw it in the truck, whatever, you know, snap a picture and boom, throw it up and see what happens. So, but the goal is to make it worth your while. So what I've noticed with garage sales is, you know, you don't have to do it every weekend during the summer unless you really like it, you know, if you want to just get out. But it's nice to do it with somebody, right? If you want to just, you know, get out and have a few hours, you get to socialize, talk to people, you know, you see some new things. But if you can find garage sales in higher end communities, like, you know, I'm talking, you know, higher, like upper middle class, upper class, and neighborhood garage sales. Some of the best garage sales are the ones where there's, you know, they'll give you like a map, and there'll be like 30 homes, you know, all within a few hours. You know, you wake up one morning, grab yourself a cup of coffee or something, go out, have a blast. You know, sometimes at those too, they'll even, some will have like food vendors, you know, I'm not much of a hot dog eater, but although one I went to this past summer, I mean, they had a hot dog stand all set up. You know, they were, you know, hot dog and a Diet Coke or something. It was, you know, hey, once in a blue, it was a nice experience. And also, it's great because driving around, having all of these things right next to one another, you know, it made it very efficient. You know, you go with a little stack of cash. You know, you pull the trigger, and then, you know, I mean, like literally, you know, I think as soon as I got back, you know, we unload it, take some pictures, throw them on a site like Facebook Marketplace, or you know, people do Craigslist or eBay, whatever have you, but then let it be, right? Then your job's over. You just let it be. Now, are you going to get rich? Well, it depends on the objects you're getting. It depends, you know. Sometimes you can get something where you can flip it for, you know, garage sales. Like, you know, sometimes you can make $100, $200 on some items. A lot of times, you know, you're looking at maybe a $50 flip, or you're looking at multiple easy flips, you know, like, you know, like just plastic stuff, or kids, they're passing down their kids' stuff. They're, you could make 30, put them together in a lot, right? Sell them all together in a lot. So when you sell it, you're making 90, 100 bucks. All right. Now, what else was I gonna say? Thrift stores, right? So thrift stores, I'm talking like Salvation Army or some others. People donate goods and that they were probably going to throw away anyways, right? They had no use for them. They're donating them. The thrift stores want to move these things, right? They don't want them to sit, sit on their shelves, and have all this inventory. So, they want to move them. They want to sell them. And, when they sell them, you can take them and resell them. You're helping, an organization. You're helping a good cause, by giving them sales, helping them move their inventory. Somebody's going to buy it anyways, and a free market, free enterprise capitalist system. Once you buy it, it's yours. You're free to do what you want. If you want to keep it, great. If you want to gift it, great. If you want to sell it, great. So, those are just some ideas. Now same rule kind of applies, I think, in these thrift stores. Is the best items are the new items, new in a box, never been used, and that's just bar none. And that even goes. I know we're talking more into garage sales and thrift stores here, but this whole thing's about buying and selling. Nothing's stopping you from finding something on clearance, right, at like a major retailer or something, and you could buy 10 of them and they're all new in a box and they're all discounted, marked down, and reselling them, at retail or a little bit below retail or whatever. So there's a lot of opportunities. There's arbitrage opportunities. I mean, there's opportunities to sometimes even buy things on Amazon and then list them on eBay, make a little bit of profit. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities to do things here. You could even buy and sell things that you don't even own, right? I mean, that's drop shipping, where you could find something on, say Walmart.com, but then you notice on another site it's going for $100 more. You can literally, list the item before you even own the item, and then when the item, is bought, if you can figure out the logistics of just how to get it shipped immediately over there. I'll say there's a little caveats I've noticed when doing drop shipping. Yeah, you can make some money, and again, you want to shoot for those bigger ticket items, so you can make $100, $200, whatever your goal is, on a sale, or more. I mean, the sky's the limit when you're doing that, because you don't have to shell out any capital usually until the item is bought and sold on your end. But there's some caveats in the drop shipping, and that's you don't want to touch the inventory. You don't want to get stuck with any inventory. But there's also people could, and this could be true with anything, right? People could want to refund or return an item, and it's not that you can't get it back, but there's logistics, and it takes a little. So you have to take that into account, and that can happen buying and selling anything, really, right? I mean, you can even buy and sell a digital good. There's clawbacks you can buy. I mean, I used to sell. Insurance. I mean, people sometimes, everybody, usually get a refund for anything they're selling. But, that's why what I've noticed is the best thing is if you're buying and selling used goods, you can always put like in your description, all sales are final or something like that, so, and then I guess it's up to you on, but very rarely, I mean, I'd say maybe 1 out of 20, 1 out of 30, 1 out of 40 even, have an issue after the fact. And a lot of times, it's just better probably to just, make good, give them money back, and, take the item and either look it over, keep it, sell it to somebody else if it's still good or whatever. But usually you don't have problems with that. But, just things to be aware of. Yeah, thrift shops can be, can be an idea. Then you've also got, if you've ever watched the show Storage Wars, I've never bought a locker, but it's they auction off storage units. So basically, the theory is if somebody, can't pay their storage unit, or they fall behind in their payments and they haven't taken their stuff out, it eventually becomes an abandoned storage unit, becomes abandoned property of the storage facility, and they don't want to just keep that stuff there. They want to get it out, and moving on. So they'll hold these auctions sometimes, and people will bid on the contents. You know, a lot of times you get like 24 to 48 hours to take the contents out. Sometimes, depending on the locker, you might have a lot of junk, so you actually have to think about the logistics of, you know, hey, if I'm buying all of this stuff, but I really only wanted a few of the items in there, you know, do I have a way of disposing or, you know, or giving away some of the other items in a timely fashion? So you have to think about that. But, you know, the show Storage Wars, if you've ever watched it, I mean, you know, it's fun, it's exciting, you know, to see what they do, and you know, it's kind of like a game, if you will. So, you know, if that's something that you're into, I gotta get my sunglasses on. Gotta get the sunglasses going here. It's the glare from the, you know, because we're in like, you know, the dead of winter here. Certain times of the day, you just get the sun, it just like bounces off that snow right in your eyeballs, you know. Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways, but this whole video was about buying and selling, right? Trying to do a little bit of a series here, just, you know, talk about different ways to potentially make some money. You know, some of them are fun, some of them don't take that much time, some of them you can even overlap, right? You could be doing a couple things together simultaneously at once. You know, the goal is just to mix it up, and that's so buying and selling, oldest trick in the book, right? Doesn't matter even if, you know, you could be, maybe you're a trader, right? Maybe you buy and you sell, you know, stocks or cryptocurrencies or something, you know, buying and selling. And there's different strategies, obviously, if you're, you know, buying and selling in the financial markets, right? You know, you have things like, you know, you can read the technical analysis, you know, look at the charts, look at the indicators, you know, like my favorite are like the MACD, the stochastic RSI, you know, look at some of the EMAs, SMAs, but, you know, then you've also got some, you know, some strategies like stop losses, right? So you don't have to be there, you know, hey, if it drops below this price, get me out. That's a whole different ball game, right? And I'm not, this is not financial advice, I'm not recommending anybody do that, but I'm just telling you what's out there, right? There's even ways to lever up your position. There's ways to, you know, essentially place a bet with money you don't even have. You know, there's beyond that, there's derivative products, puts, calls, etc. There's a whole slew of things. But this video, you know, I just want to talk about buying and selling in general. You know, oldest thing in the book, and you know, hopefully something I said here. You know, the goal, to keep it simple, is, you know, you want to spend the least amount of time, take the least amount of effort. Obviously, you want to get the biggest amount of profit, and so, you know, usually shy away from selling small items, because think of it, if you want to make $1,000 in profit, well, if you're selling $10 profit items, think of how many items you got to sell, right? You got to sell 100 of these little $10 things, right? But what if you sold, like, you know, every item you sold, you made $100 profit? Well, now you only got to sell 10 of them, right? So it's 10 times essentially less work, because what do you care if it's, you know, a $10 item or a $100 profit item? You know, it's pretty much the same, you know, effort for you, right? You know, find a way to secure it or buy it, list it to sell it, make the transaction happen, and voila. So I mean, yeah, I think that's it. How about in the comments? Well, first off, I mean, if you're liking this video and if you're liking this series, just, you know, I'm trying to just throw out a bunch of different ideas. You know, there's obviously a lot more that I could cover, and if you have any ideas yourself or things that you've done to make money in the past, put it down below in the comments, and maybe we'll just feature it. And you know, if you want to share your experience with it, you know, great. If you want to be part of the team here, you want to be part of this channel, please like the video, more people get to see it, and subscribe, because, well, just because it's cool to subscribe. Hey, I hope this helps y'all. Share your experiences with me and with the rest of us, if you do take action on any of these, you know, and whatever you do, you know, have fun with it, and you know, go at your own pace. And you know, I'm here. I just want to be grateful for everything I have, and I hope this all helps you folks. So with that, be blessed, and peace. Buying and selling, folks.